The central nervous system, CNS. The central nervous system is a delicate structure composed of the brain and the spinal cord. Brain. The brain is a complex structure with different centers responsible for integrating various inputs and outputs. It is protected by a bony structure called the cranium or skull. Meninges is a protective membrane surrounding the brain. There are cavities present on the different parts of the brain known as ventricles. The ventricles and the space between the meninges are filled with a nourishing and protective fluid known as cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Cerebrospinal fluid absorbs mechanical shocks and keeps the brain well protected. Parts of brain. The brain is divided mainly into three regions: the forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Forebrain. Cerebrum is the main part of the forebrain. Other important structures of the forebrain include the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and the limbic system. It has regions which receive the sensory impulses from various receptors. It also controls voluntary activities such as movement, sense, and thinking. Midbrain and hindbrain are involved in involuntary activities such as blood circulation, breathing, sneezing, etc. Hindbrain. The hindbrain is located at the rear end of the skull and is the lowest portion of the brain. The hindbrain includes parts such as the medulla oblongata, the cerebellum, and the pons. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movements and also maintains the balance of the body. Spinal cord. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column or the backbone. There is long cavity called central canal is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. In many of our voluntary actions such as walking, clapping hands, bending down to pick up something, etc., there is involvement of our muscles. The brain sends messages to the muscles and the muscles act accordingly. Such a communication between the central nervous system and the other parts of the body is brought about by the peripheral nervous system, PNS, which is composed of cranial nerves arising from the brain and the spinal nerves arising from the spinal cord.